Ah, Dwarf Fortress. With its delicate fairy tales, desperate follies, dastardly foes,
The mouse devil.
and damn good fun.
What? No!
Kutamilunu Dizuamid. Welcome one and all once again to one god, one rock troll, one eldritch abomination, one honoured ahead.
Keep moving.
We'll all be merry and bright. Yes, we're back in the ageless realm, and no, we didn't rehearse that. In this episode, we'll be starting a new fortress with the express purpose of utilizing the surface to its fullest. We know how dwarves do underground, but my time fiddling with surface crops at the Hollow Throne has me wondering if perhaps we're not utilizing all available resources. And snod it.
Oi!
Why not let's make it a little bit of a challenge and see how far we can go without striking the earth at all?
Look, I think this using my name as an expletive thing has gone on long.
Snodford, we're recording. Hush! For the chance at friendly faces, we'll be keeping to the tools of taming for our origin civilization. As such, we'll needs be close by for caravans. With a focus on surface, we'll forego mountains, but, well, they are still dwarves, so we'll pick the border of the Hill of Roofs and the boreal Jungle of Furnaces, so named for their lack thereof. And, as usual, we shan't be preparing for the journey carefully. Aha! And we have arrived. There are almost no supplies left. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here, at this place. Ziril Kadol. Fire Gem. Leave the earth alone! And we begin to the backdrop of a Kia assault. Bloody marvellous. These feathery little buggers are the avian equivalent of monkeys at a safari park. With no windscreen wipers to dismantle, they're aiming for our booze, but luckily they're too small to be more than a simple nuisance. We'll just ignore them for now and focus on not focusing on the dwarves. Yes, these 7 little faceless, feckless facsimiles of functioning fortress folk shall be the seeds that grow into a workforce of ultimate enterprise. As such, I have decided to put myself into the shoes of an industrious tycoon, far above his work-shy peons. Their needs shall be met to the exact limit of what is massively profitable for Fire Gem and for me. As such, we need no, for me sake, Gainsborough, what is it?
I think I know.
You don't got any feet.
What? First thing we need to do is get a carpenter's workshop up, and then pop a little structure up around the wagon to stop the demolition pallets. And yes, that furnace is made from rocks we dug up. Turns out you can't make a furnace from wood that lasts. So, challenge over. Boo-hoo. Anyway, we can then move on to what I'm actually excited to have a bash with. Clay! And it's here that you can see, well, firstly, that we struck more earth, but more important is the lovely pile of silky, silty, sticky soil that we shall be building our empire around. toasted in the fire of a kiln, between list glass. Can you see why we named this fire gem now? Oh, and if you're wondering about the path, it just maximizes the area clay can be gathered from, as it stops the need for weeding. But yes, this is where we stand. It's just turned spring in the year 255, the year of the I'm buggered if I'm going to be working out what the dwarves call it.
Bet the squirrel will be nuts enough.
Surely not. Anyway, onwards and upwards. And here they come, our first wave of migrants. Just in time to see the final touches go on our single-floor brewery tavern. Made from the few earthenware bricks we've managed to bake up, irritatingly similar to glass in its 2-to-1 ratio of components and result, and floored with pine, it being the most abundant tree in the jungle. We're going with chestnut chairs and tables, as a lovely dark juxtaposition to the pale floors, and though there's double the amount of dwarves to furniture, this is fine, as they don't all eat at the same time. Oh, and we've thrown some beds up in the doorless shack. It's not currently snowing, and the dwarves can huddle for warmth, so... moving on! To this pain in my... did it just... yes... drank its way through our booze stocks and is now wobbling around as drunk as a skunk, or a bear, and has now collapsed in a pool of its own vomit, unconscious and, yes, still dizzy, winded and nauseous.
We've all been there.
Quite. Where I'm sure we've never been is Hades, after being pummeled to death by a clay-fingered peasant.
Is that other one whizzing on it?
Yes, it's all part of the leather tanning process. I think. I hope. Anyway, that's one mess dealt with.
Oh, that one is sad.
He wanted to whiz on it first.
Can we go one episode without toilet humour?
Probably not.
No.
Oh, and here is the first friendlier face, that most wonderful of outpost liaisons, Kickrost Lancer Dips. Those who watched the debacle that was Archpost will maybe recognise her as the outpost liaison for there. I say maybe because she was the outpost liaison, but I'm not sure if I showed our trading there.
You could check.
Watch 40 minutes of us three waffling to no purpose? Not likely.
Like and subscribe, guys.
As for trade requests, it's drink and various meats for us. The mountain home are wanting figurines and thread for next year, which is very fortuitous for us in a way I shall soon elaborate on. And then to trading proper. Nothing too exciting to sell for this year, but we will still be able to grab some food and drink. Still a little low from the Black Bear's session. We'll have occasion to inspect the trading screen in greater detail later, so for now, let's move on. Meow. And it's on to even more migrants, bringing our number up to a bustling 21 dwarves, though a few of those are children. This new lot have brought some animals too, though I doubt very much if we'll focus on leather. I have other plans. And indeed, other plans have been had and completed. Here you can see our brewery tavern now adorned with a fresh and swanky flight of stairs. Up those is the new dormitory, with 10 unlaundered shared sleeping spots in the form of roughly hewn log beds. That's the great thing about setting up in the cold. Dwarves tend to mind the lice less. That and strong smells have less chance to waft in the chill. What? Fart joke, is it?
Huh? No, worse if anything. I just noticed that strong backwards is gnolts.
I worry about you sometimes. Lovely chestnut roof to cap everything off. Thank me for Schrodinger's ramps, and that's the tavern building complete. No, it doesn't have enough beds. Yes, it doesn't matter, like the tables. And we have our first strange mood dwarf, Rith Boltke. a talented miner whose parents opened doors with a crossbow, by which I do of course mean they own a thriving bowyer's enterprise. I hope that's how you pronounce that word. Rith wants none of it, a true wallflower, little interested in the spotlight. She came to Fire Gem in the hopes of getting her head down, and now has been smote by the spirit of inspiration. Almost like there's some capricious god involved. Anyway, she's wanting to make something, but not from wood or clay, apparently. So I'll slam some workshops down and see what she picks. Oh, and it's the stoneworker's workshop. How very dwarven. Let's give her a minute and come back to see what she makes. Then she has created Rukal Nikot, the eerie action.
I can do that.
For the listeners, Graham has just wiggled his ears.
I bloody despair. Anyway, it's a mudstone hatch cover, further burying the stoneless challenge.
They've come off now.
What?
It has an image on it of Zacid Binkley becoming king in year one.
Just stop moving. You can still see your bloody lump. Just
Why
stay still.
are you talking?
I could check to see if he's still king, but
Mr.
I
Crevice,
don't want to.
the world has gone black and white movie.
I need a drink. With that over with, now it's time to watch the proud new mother Iton rock shock.
Sit still, would ya?
The mortar is cold.
An adequate clothier that I send positive vibes to, so she could become part of what will be the future enterprise I have already alluded to. She herself is unremarkable, but the baby she holds? Imush Bow Dice Ham E, A through D being failures, will be a true part of the dwarven world, once she grows into her destiny. Impatient, rude, with good focus. Yes, she's this world's Napoleon, and as such, definitely a dwarf to watch.
My, you don't half talk some hectocotylus.
I beg your pardon? I happen to be the all-powerful deity of this ageless realm. If I will it, it has a pretty good chance of maybe nearly happening.
Phenomenal cosmic living space. Itty-bitty-bar.
Watch it, you. The mortar is right there. I can cut you down an orifice or three. And the industry begins. Humble, as all starts must be, with just 3 rope reed plants from the 3 seeds we managed to procure from wild rope reed. The benefit to this is that there are no seasons on the surface, so we can grow rope reed all year round. Add to that the fact that we seem to get 3 seeds for every processed plant. That means we will be filling this small farm in 2 shakes of a bear's tail. Then we move across to a little workhouse with carpentry workshop, farmers' workshops, and loom, above which is a 2nd floor, currently being used for wood storage. And apparently a creche. Roofed with chestnut to follow the theme, it may evolve into other uses come the future. We shall see. Next is the Coke Den.
You can't call it that.
You think Coca-Cola watched these?
Yes.
No, fine. The Coal Shed. It's where we turn wood into charcoal, sand into glass, and most importantly, clay into earthenware blocks. Then above, crafts dwarf workshops for clay crafts, and jewelers' workshops for shining the glass into gems. The result of both end up in this stockpile to be combined together to make even better crafts. And then, of course, a roof of chestnut to cap everything off. Don't you just love it when a plan comes together? It's time! Tiny bit of a jump from midsummer to early autumn, and we've been beavering away making dirty doodads and speckling them with green glass glint. That's dirty as in made of dirt. Clay. Kickrost is going to get down to trade requests and we'll leave her to it to get stuck in with trading. And, with a load of seeds we're never going to use and a whole wooden bin of earthenware bric-a-brac, we've netted a cool 3,971 tiny pictures of our monarch on discs of semi-precious metals. Though we'll forego the need to store such a sizable pile of coin by drawing pictures of it on paper and pretending it's the same thing.
Oh my it's NFTs!
Always has been. Put my M1911 away, would you, Gainsborough?
Yes, Mr. C. I gotta go get my guitar anyway.
No, I daren't ask. I was hoping for a more lucrative transaction, but we've not been at things for more than a few months and Archpost wasn't made in a day. It was destroyed in one, though. Moving on, and we've hopped forward to early winter to see the new textiles building, created to deal with the future output of rope reed. It is doing double duty as a place to process all plants, leaves and fruits while I work out where our main storage area is going to go. Still not sure what we'll do with this side. Maybe what's going on?
Oh, we started a band.
Right, you've decided to use my videos to increase your reach.
Hardly, your mum already knows we exist.
And you've dragged Paul Gainsborough into your nonsense. I assume the joke is he plays the guitar like a drum?
No?
Ahem.
No, damn. You think you know a troll?
Do you mind? We're performing here.
No, yes, sorry.
Dwarf Fortress, a living die, a breathing coin flip, a fan surprise, striking the earth, drinking mushroom wine, and never getting to the burrows on time. And see, this bit is where we have a little musical interlude, and he's gone.
Yeah.
He always does this. Gets way too into the music.
So the actual joke is ADHD.
Yes.
Keeping to at least one of the promises of the fortress, I haven't done any super deep dives into the dwarven lives, but I feel I'd be remiss to not just acknowledge the fine work of our expedition leader, Attia Rampart Virgins.
Oh, I remember my first time.
It's not for now!
Well, it was at the old skate park, behind the flat bank.
Outside?
Oh, yeah, can't do it inside because of the fumes.
What?
Beautiful it was. Fresh and wet, with barely any dribbly bits.
What in the name of my ageless realm are you talking about?
My first rampart.
I'm going to make friends with a sperm whale.
Ha, sperm.
Oh, bloody me. Give a dwarf a stepladder and they'll start a life as a squirrel. What is this nonsense? I wanted to talk about the dedicated leadership Attia has shown, and now... good, she's come down. I don't love fruit gathering as a rule. The Hollow Throne showed how dangerous trees can be for that. But for some reason traders will buy barrels of random leaves, so... Yes, anyway, Attia has performed her duties admirably, and despite that well-known managerial trick of performing meetings through walls, has the full support of every other dwarf at the fort. She may look like an apple that's been left out in the sun for a week, but she sure can appraise and organise proficiently. Well done, Attia. Keep up the good work. Oh, asses, it's the elves. Specifically Pinopu circled silks, bringing in a bunch of twigs and berries that she most likely snatched from the borders of our own fort. Unlike normal, we do actually have things these knife-eared tree fanciers might like to buy, as clay doesn't have feelings. Quite what feelings a tree has that makes it worth loving, I don't know, but there you are. Well, they've set up and we've managed to cobble together some odds and sods that don't smell too badly of death. In exchange, we'll get some food and baubles. Wait, a panda? What happened to love nature and all that nonsense? Is this panda a war criminal? Ethically sourced? Absolute nonsense. What total hypocrites! Well, we'll be buying the panda and it's going to go in our tavern to entertain the dwarves. There we go, carried in by a child. Thank me, I thought to put steroids in the booze. One female panda, I have to come up with a name.
Spot!
Snod it. Spot it is. Hey, still recording! And would you look at that? More lovely migrants. Into the industrial grinder with all of you. Oh, and if you're noting there seems to be a lot of royalty about, don't worry, they aren't anybody important. The workers have just been helping themselves to an earthenware craft here and there whilst transferring said crafts. I'd be more annoyed, but after seeing the Great Place to Work results, it would seem the odd craft, plus the open bar, have given us the highest rating across all of the ageless realm, and a happy workforce is a productive workforce. So we claim the loss as damages. Tax breaks! And pulling back a bit, doesn't our fire gem just look wonderful? Bustling and busy, really do need to clear this damn shack, but we need a warehouse first, and the next full moon isn't for weeks yet.
No!
See, thing is, I reckon they like these bad jokes as much as the good ones.
Good ones?
You two are very vocal for unpaying lodgers with nowhere else to go. Ooh, would you look at that? We've got enough rope-breed yankers thinking they're farmers that they feel they require a guild hall. I guess we know what we're going to do with that extra space in the textiles building. Yes, that should just about do it. Throw some furniture in there, maybe a pedestal or two. It turns out just having a room designated for a guild doesn't make it a hall. It's got to be worth 2,000 little pictures of our monarch on discs of semi-precious metals. Dwarves. And everybody welcome Sarthet Zephyrlord. Yes, it would appear the humans have heard of our pottery curiosities and are hoping to make some lovely trades. Which is odd, because as far as I was aware, the tools of taming are actually at war with the humans. But not with the watchful empire, it would seem. The Sweden of the ageless realm. Lots of meatballs? Yes. Now, I did point them out on the map, but I don't record my cursor, so, one of these places. Now, onward to trading! No, and it was bound to happen, though it's strange the farmers got to it first. The crafts dwarfs now want their own guild hall. Which is a little awkward, as the best place to put it is where the farmers' guild is. I know. Let's clear out the wood storeroom on the second floor of the building of many uses. Yes, just need to break down the clothes workshop. There we go. Hopefully they won't mind bags of seeds everywhere, because as everybody knows, once an item leaves a stockpile, it never gets bloody picked up again. Moving on, we've got a new building up, but before we get to that, I need to show you this. An empty cage. Where did the panda go? I have no bloody idea. There's no corpse. We don't have a refuse stockpile or dumping area, so yes, not a clue. My best guess is it's something like leprechaun gold. The elves come in, sell you a panda, and it disappears the next morning, probably to reappear back at the tree house. I'm leaning towards that more magical explanation because, as funny as the mental picture of a lock-picking stealth panda is, it's more than a little alarming. From that, then, we move on to our new church. Dwarves would call it a temple, but with the shape I've chosen, it just fits the name church more. It's not dedicated to any specific deity, but of course yours truly, but it'll do for most of our dwarves' spiritual needs. I tried to make a bell tower type thing, but got bored partway through, so the roof looks sort of bad. Luckily, the dwarves are too short to see it, so let's just keep things rolling. Aha! Kick-rosties! Bloody me, did you see all those stepladders? Are they breeding? Anyway, our outpost liaison arriving means we're due another caravan. Trade requests are never very interesting, so we'll skip that bit. Not that Kickross seems in a hurry to get to it herself. Anyway, yes, trading!
We're expecting a big one here.
Absolutely. With 2 barrels of spice, leaves, manky old clothes and a couple bins of earthenware gewgaws, we're looking at 13,441.
Oh, shiny.
Well, yes, I suppose that is faster to say than little pictures of our monarch on discs of semi-precious metal.
Oh, the lungs on you.
Thank you. I've been practicing. Anyway, we'll grab some seeds, clothes, leather, and a couple of...
Wow. No wonder your girlfriend chose you. But you never need to come up for it.
Mate, what on earth are you talking?
No! Oh, Flem, you ruined our world record attempt.
Oh,
Fine, yours.
what record attempt? What is this?
Largest snot bubble. I'll let you extrapolate from that.
No! Oh.
It's still in my beard. Anyway, we're following Risen, socialising on her own. Wish I'd start bloody doing that. The others are joining. Looks like Catton is going to be performing a pottery demonstration. Quite how he's doing that away from the kilns, I don't know, but it's nice to see the space is being used, even before it's finished up. Oh, looks like there's been a bit of a scuffle outside the tavern, and Id Claspsuttle has taken the worst of it. Unconscious and waiting in the hurriedly erected hospital bed. His neck is cut open. How did this happen? Well, that'd be because of this furry little menace. A grizzly bear. What is it with Firejam and bears? I've drawn a little picture of the incident, including the caravan guard's demand to drop it. This was just before the bear flipped Id over and opened him like a packet of peanuts. As I said, luckily the caravan guard had his mace handy and stepped in before things could get any worse. Thank me that this happened in autumn. Maybe we should set up a militia. No. Where's the fun in that? And from bears to badgers. Here you can see Reg Paperdoor, he's from the east, is resting from some rather nasty-looking injuries. These sustained in a battle with a honey badger outside a building we've just finished up to the north of our shack. I've put together a little something to show basically what happened. Yes, here you can see the carpenter grabbing the honey badger by the tongue and then throwing it. By said tongue. He grabs a hold of the now probably engorged organ again to pin it down, before throttling it to death on the floor. So yes, nobody mess with Reg. The guy is an absolute maniac. We've hopped forward a season now. It's currently early spring in the year 258. Below us we can see one of 2 projects we've been working on. This one's still very much a work in progress. It's called The Urn. Seeing as we have nearly 50 dwarves at Firejam now, it seemed a little silly to expect them all to share 10 beds in a single room. So this is our attempt at fixing that issue. With 8 bedrooms per level, we needs must only go up 5 or so levels to have most everybody housed, and if you've ever built on the surface in Dwarf Fortress, you know this is going to take a horse-staplingly long amount of time. We're almost done with 2. Next is the new store hall, with adjoining animal pasture, butchery, pokery, and tanning setup. Keeps the wee-wee smell away from the main part of the fortress. You know, I keep saying fortress, but really it's a little hamlet we've got here, isn't it? Maybe I'll stick to that. Oh, and isn't it just glorious? I know I keep throwing the word bustling around, but I mean, come on. Have you ever seen anything bustle more than that?
My nan has a big bustle on account of her massive
Yes, thank you, Gainsborough.
work ethic.
That's hustle, Graham.
Oh,
Well, you've ruined this beautiful picture with a mental one now. Moving on. Oh, and it's on to the elves. Is that one bald? I have never, in my whole time as a deity, seen a hairless elf. This is weird. Making up for it with eyebrows that'd make an Alsatian jealous. I mean, really, what happened? Tree sap in the hair? Actually, you'd think that would be a common hazard. Well, anyway, you look ridiculous and you deserve it because you're a stinky elf. So, we've lost a dwarf. It's now late spring and the elves have finally gone, and one of our dwarves has apparently buggered off with them. Or, well, not with them, but at the same time. And seeing as the body is nowhere to be seen, I'll have to get the dwarves making a slab to... wait. Oh, for me sake, the elves are at it again, dehydrating my dwarves in bloody trees. Poor, ridiculous Kel. Murdered by her complete lack of ability to drop a few feet to the ground, or call out, or a million other things beyond quietly dying of thirst in a tree like the world's dumbest sloth. Ignore the countless stepladders below her. She certainly did. At least this means we can recover the body, and in so doing actually inter her in a tomb. We've decided to place the graveyard next to the church because... habit? It's a simple thing. A one-tile space with a door containing a green glass coffin. A bit yucky that it's transparent, but it was that or dig more rocks, and I'm trying not to do that. Rest well, Kel, if it's possible to be more rested than you were in the tree. Oh, would you Adam and Eve it? I'm spending far too much time with Snod. Kickrost is here, and that means nothing interesting happened all summer. I wanted to just go straight to trading, but it would seem Kickrost comes empowered to establish this colony as an official land of the realm, which means Atyr gets to come over all barony. Do pardon the nakedness of the dwarves here, the update fixing this hadn't come out yet. So, seeing as we're here, I may as well show we're asking for instruments, and in return it's requested that we create headwear and bracelets. One of those we already do, so yay. Now on to the exciting part. 3 years setting up the infrastructure, turning half our focus to making textiles, and we still end up with 22,979 tiny pictures of our monarch on discs of semi-precious metals to work with. Gold? Coin? Wealth! There's no consensus beyond dwarf bucks, and I just refuse to use that.
Nah, don't blame you.
Anyway, I feel I've more than demonstrated the fact that the surface is a very lucrative space that dwarves would be well served not to ignore. Exciting news! We've finally gotten rid of the shed. It has been replaced by a charming little centrepiece that isn't just 4 earthenware blocks in a floored square. How dare you suggest such a thing? You'll note the ropereed farmland is gone too. I'll show you where that's moved later. First, I wanted to show you what I have had to spend the majority of my time doing for the last 3 years, all because of one stupid decision. This is sped up, of course, but what you're watching is me, desperately searching for any and all chestnut trees on the map, because I decided all roofs need to be made from chestnut blocks, before checking to see how abundant chestnut trees bloody weren't in this pair of biomes. Oh, and if you think you see some I've missed, you don't. They are birch, because of course birch trees are nearly an identical colour to chestnut. If I ever decide to do a surface fortress from just wood again, I want you to kick me. Hard.
Yes, Mr. C.
No, I didn't. Oh, you shouldn't ought to have said that, Flemmo. Ugh. It's been a while, so I thought we'd look in on Atia, our Baroness. Something I've noticed is that she's not happy with having to conduct meetings in a tavern. It's loud, it smells, and all her paperwork goes missing, to be found later in the latrine pit round the back. So, something to work towards is an office, not to mention a proper bedroom, dining room, and tomb. I forgot how much of a pain important dwarves could be. She has taken a new lover, though seems little enthused.
Maybe he has a small...
Yes, go on. No, I insist. Maybe he has a small... What, exactly?
Snodford, I'm scared.
It's a power play. You can't back down now or he'll think he's in charge.
A small but still substantial amount of credit card debt.
But that's not what you were alluding to, was it? No, you were making a dirty double entendre to fake me out and make me look like some sort of frozen prude. Well, I'm not. Penis.
Snod?
Yeah, see? Willie, I don't... Phallus! Great big flippity-floppity flugelhorn. Oh, not Dr. Zeus. And your nan's bustle is big because of her big, fat...
Nobody talks about my nan's bum.
Oh, dear. Oh, me. And my head.
Sorry, Mr. C.
No, I lost the plot. Good catch. Just do be a dear and clean the brain jelly off the walls when you get a chance. It came out of my ears at quite a clip, didn't it? Anyway, we are back above the church, which the dwarves have named the Escorted Saturninity, for some unknowable reason. My purpose for showing it to you, as it has little changed since first erecting it, is to note the sheer number of dogs that seem to prey within its walls now. The pigs I get. If most of me was delicious, I would be begging for divine assistance too. But what could dogs possibly have need for? Bigger bones? Worst thing is they keep dancing on the instrument that isn't a piano. They've completely gummed the keys up. Ooh, hark at Mr. Brave Elf, threatening us about the use of our own trees in our own forest. Well, in the next screen, I'm going to tell you, you can take your plant-based opinions and shove them where the sun doesn't. No, I couldn't respond. Well, Karaka Waveshank, I want you to prepare yourself for the They're Just Trees Chill Out option clicking of a lifetime when next we meet. Moving on, I now get to show off the finished, finalized, complete, and utterly amazing urn. 6 floors of the most comfortable single-room apartments, all with complete lacks of windows for that deep-down underground feeling. Fully furnished with bed, chest, and cupboard. No dwarf could feel anything but the greatest of envy to those who find themselves housed in the urn. Note the Roman numerals on each floor to aid any discerning deity in their diligent doting of their devouts. Plus the added bonus of some floors still being filled with snow, adding to the atmosphere of winter wonderment. Bollocks! Then we have the roof of finest chestnut blocks, and the cherry on top is Cherry, the coal-shed moggy who is stuck up here now and seems aware of her predicament. and possibly the thoughts of all sapient beings in a 4-mile radius. Look at how Fire Gem grows. And to think it all started from this little shed. No, we tore it down, didn't we? Asses. Hello, who's this then? Island seared grasses, a human chancellor? Who ever heard of such a thing? Oh, and he's come for a meeting with Atia. Let's take a look. Much to discuss, well, that's world news. Such a pleasant place we've carved out for ourselves. Is that a joke? There is much to share. Ah, no, that is the news. Oh, and that's it. Off he goes to be taller than people somewhere else. My, that is a first. A human diplomat. Who would have thought? Let's take a look at the news he brought. Yes. Yes, I see. Wars between people I don't care about and a monarchy changed hands on what is practically another continent. Bloody useless. Talking of bloody useless, we've been waiting for Atia to get to the trade depot for a while now, and she's decided that gathering plants is more important. Wait, no, surely not. Or absolutely snodding sure. She's in a tree, with about half the fort, it seems like. Atia, now is not the time to... No, why do I bother? Sometimes you just have to cut your losses and let your Baroness live her best plum life. We'll get somebody else to take over this once. And of course that somebody would be the 3-year-old arsed Wade Seal, probably by the sheer expedient of being too short to work a stepladder. You know what? Fine. If we get fleeced, it's not my fault. And he actually did a fantastic job. Becoming a competent appraiser, which tickles me beyond what I can describe intelligibly, so I'll just make this noise. Great work, asked. Then the seasons turn once more and Kickrost is back, finding less and less to report on as time moves on. Fire Gem just ticks along beautifully without hitch. Ah, and Kickrost is of course searching out Atia. I have now got rid of the fruit-picking area, so she should be in her new office or bedroom. The urn? Why would you... Ah, of course, because Atia decided she needed 2 bedrooms. Well, at least you waited outside. And leaving the diplomats to their waffle, we can go now to the trade depot, where I think we can look one more time at the glory of Fire Gem's economic might. Oh, bloody me, Atia does account now. Anyway, 37,816 little pictures of our monarch on discs of semi-precious metals. No prepared meals. No rocks, no gems beyond glass ones, and other than the one hatch cover, no strange mood artifacts. I do believe I have made, fired, glazed, and then sold my point. And with that we are going to end. Fire Gem has become a sprawling, overgrown metropolis, despite still technically only being a hamlet, and I have completed what I set out to do. Keep Snodford busy for long enough to allow the cement to set in the footwell of his car. You what? And with that I say, I hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and I'll see you again next time. Anus Ashon, you most wonderful of individuals. Anus
Ashon.
Hello everyone, John here. I'm the guy who does all the stuff that makes these episodes happen, like breathing and eating and stuff. And I wanted to have a quick word over whatever B-roll footage I can find to keep your little eyeballs dancing. Fire Gem is done. It's not dead or abandoned to ruin. Just for right now, it's put down in a little box. Neat and tidy, ready to be taken out again in the future maybe. Some of you may feel that's a pretty pathetic ending for a 40+ minute video, and to that I say, yeah, kinda. I'm gonna level with you. I work a full-time job. I have 4 kids. I'm trying to maybe sort of become an author in the future perhaps, and all of that takes time away from what I want to be doing, which is making videos. Well, except my kids, I kinda like them. On top of that, my warhorse of a gaming laptop that I bought 5 years ago now is a 5-year-old gaming laptop. You may ask, why so few dwarves? Why no big battles with the siege update? That is why. My laptop would likely explode. So, right now, I hope 2 things. Thing 1 is, I hope you can be understanding and accepting of what I can offer you, which is still a fair number of knob gags per second. Like the video, leave a little message of encouragement in the comments, subscribe if you haven't maybe. Thing 2, if you can, maybe pop on over to the Patreon. Pledge a little bit of your hard-earned cash to allow me to spend more time thinking up knob gags, making silly songs, and possibly even succeeding at a worthwhile bit of animation. Only if you can, of course. I don't want anybody hurting themselves for any amount of gagging. Thing 3, or 2B, I hope you enjoyed the episode. I do truly love doing this, and just you getting to this point makes me ridiculously happy. So thank you. And that's Onion Roots. Bye everyone. Love, John.